Hi, living in Boulder vlog for 26th of October, November of 2020, and it's about 6:10 in the morning. I've had insomnia all night long. I tried to maybe an hour or 2 hours or whatever to not work on the computer, so I was like kind of laying there. Yeah, I was like laying in bed. Then I kind of smoked weed. Then oh yeah, that's what I was doing. I was watching this guy called Armored Skeptic doing ancient civilization videos on my cell phone, holding my cell phone just like like this, and then I was like, fuck it, maybe I should just do some work. So I did some more work on the website, numbers on the list, races, and yeah, just doing really. There's so much work that I have to do that is like mindless, which I love. Like before, and that's a good mindset to be in. I'm on a roll. Before, if I'd seen this much work and it'd be like, say, even a year or whatever, who cares? 5, 10 years. I'd be like, bummy. But now I see all that stuff. I'm like, wait. I'm like, let me go get it. Let me edit. Like, I'll just work. And, like go on autopilot. And, if I keep finding interesting, I like listening to different people's perspective. And there's so many different people on YouTube, man. I want to get in the habit of just bouncing around and finding all the different kinds of people on YouTube. And just, like a little bit of one person, then a little bit of another, talking about stuff I'm interested in. But yeah, it's great when you're doing brain candy work, because you can focus on the video, listen to what you're hearing. This guy was giving me some great ideas. He said that the Sphinx, I never heard this before, but that the Sphinx is a goddamn fountain, like the Sphinx, is this, has the Sphinx is sitting there like a cat. Well, on the right side of the Sphinx, there's this box. It's like a growth, and you're like, what the fuck is that? That's obviously has to be there for a reason, because it kind of makes the Sphinx look unnatural, They put that there because they had to. What is that? And so it's clearly it's a water alleviator to keep the pond around the Sphinx at the same level, yeah. And then the ion, it pulls the ions up, and it creates a flow of water continuously around the Sphinx. And so yeah, now I'm gonna do that on my Atlantis, because I have a Sphinx on my Atlantis. So I'm gonna put water around that motherfucker, turn it into a fountain, and it's maybe hopefully if I can swing it connected to flowing water. I don't know, but yeah, and I'll figure out that I'll draw them like that on my Exceed 4000 building. I haven't drawn the Sphinx in yet. I was deciding I wanted to put them on the top, but I think on the first level up, but not. I'm going to put them on the ground level, or at least we're right next to where the water passes through. So, yeah, man. So I'm glad I heard that, got that idea before I'm done with that building, so I can pluck it right in. It's almost like a serendipitous thing to watch this at the same time as building that building. So earlier I was listening to this book I got the other day by I can't remember this, the history of quantum physics in the 20th century, but I just wasn't following along. So I was watching Be Amazed. I love the Be Amazed, dude. I want to watch all the Be Amazed videos. Yeah, there's stuff like that. And this other dude, I can't remember his name, but and he's talking about, I heard about Legends of Tartaria. That'd be cool to put on my website. But unfortunately, a lot of good and history books are not on digital on the internet for some reason. It's 2020. You have to buy the goddamn thing. And that Legend of Tartaria book, you can only buy it in paperback. You can't even get it on my Kindle. But anyway, so This is what the work that I did was it drug on. I actually wasted a lot of time today. Actually, yeah, it was a time waster. I spent a lot of time. I had to take away the spaces and the labels of the naming of my Google Earth files because they came from copying a bunch of different text from different folders, and it put some weird space in, which made it so that you couldn't see the text. So I had to take those away. And some of them it took forever because there's like 5 times I had to cut it away. But what happened was, yeah, it was for the 10K, and then I was done with that, and I went and started working on the website and the 2K and 4K, doing the numbers. I never did finish the numbers on that. Yeah, and then I say, before I did this video to do it on the 1 week 3,000 mile one, was in the Race Across America, numbering it and cutting out the link ID tag, and yeah, 1,502 people. So that's actually not the biggest one, you know. I mean, and there's other ones just as big. The Ironman, 180 kilometers, is 3,315 people. 90K half Ironman is like 1,479 people. The climbing one, just for Sunshine, is like 1,470. And that's not even including the Tour de France. And I think I'm going to put them together at the L'Alpe d'Huez for my building, Exceed 4,000, which will take it up to, but that's only like 200 guys. So that'll take it up to like 1,700. So, and then there's this one at the Ram at 1,500. So why not draw it in just like all the other ones, man? Fuck it. And I would do it on the actual one, I think, because I traced the other day. I traced the actual one because I couldn't find a downloadable file, but I found one year. I can't remember what year, that I could see it there. So then I traced it, but then I saw it again. It was on my computer that I downloaded the file of a KMZ file that somebody did that I downloaded. So I was like, fuck, did I do it twice? Hopefully it was a different year so I can have both of them. But so that was a little bit of time wasted. So yeah, see, that's why I need to not get too far ahead of myself and spread myself too thin, because I can start doing double working, double doing things, because I can't remember exactly everything I did beyond a certain point. So yeah, I have to go to my mom's for Thanksgiving at noon today, and it's already like 6:20, and so I'm like, and I've had insomnia all night, you know, because unfortunately the timing for this Thanksgiving didn't time well for me, because I had slowly been transitioning into nocturnal, and now I'm full nocturnal. But I have to do something during the day, so you know, I have insomnia like you couldn't believe. There's nothing that's going to get me to change my sleep schedule. My sleep schedule is what it is, and it slowly creeps later and later. But so sometimes I'm diurnal, but I'm mostly nocturnal. So anyway, whatever. So I'm just gonna lay down. I was smoking a lot of weed. Now I have asthma, so I'm just gonna lay down and I guess wait until 12 comes, so I can at least have enough energy to go there and not be like falling, get my head stuck in the soup or something like that. So, okay, keep it under 10 minutes. Don't know where I'll be tomorrow. Doesn't matter. I'm in the flow. I'm doing great. I'm in the roll, man. Just bouncing around. You know, it'd be awesome to do like one thing one day, another thing the other day, you know, instead of doing multiple weeks on one thing. Still give me a sense of accomplishment. Somebody found, all right, talk to you tomorrow.